Good morning. Happy Friday. Aileen here. It is, Friday here in Mujan. It was a freezing morning, down around 1 degree Celsius. But the sun is out now and it is shining, and I've had my walk in and I am ready to talk to you guys. If you are joining me live here this morning, please do say hello. If you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay. I'm just giving everybody a minute or two to see if they can find me. Now, interestingly enough, when I looked at how many people had signed up to listen to this particular event this morning, I found very few people had signed up. And it ties in with something that I'd like to talk about this morning, and that is that if you bury your head in the sand about money, if you don't truly get up to date with the details of your finances and acknowledge and know the money that's coming into your account and going out of your account, you're probably not going to have a lot of money. Now, personal stylists tell me that they want to make more money. They tell me every single day, I love what I do, but I want to make more money doing it. But what I see a lot of is people then go ahead and just ignore money and kind of hope that they'll just manifest it because they're doing something they love, or maybe they think it's going to magically appear in their account, or maybe they think that, that somebody else will take care of it for them. But if you truly want to be financially independent, actually, you need to take back responsibility for bringing in the money, being aware of how much money you're spending, being aware of how much money you're bringing in, having a plan for making more money. So I have spent this whole month basically focusing on money personality and really discovering how your money personality is affecting your bottom line. Because even though you're telling me you want more money, really you need to change your behaviors around money if you want more of it. So one of the first things that I have been encouraging all of my clients to do and all of my community to do is, first of all, understand at a basic level what your money personality is. What is your basic money personality? It's just like all of the other things in our personality. We do have a money personality and we're born with that. So, for instance, you might have noticed yourself that, if you have children, some of them are spenders, some of them are accumulators. That's definitely the case in our house. We all kind of have our own unique money personality. And understanding that personality allows you to change your behaviors, work with more ease and grace around money, and take back responsibility for money. So one of the first things you need to do is you need to look at it. You need to look at it right on in the eye. Look at your money situation. Become really, really aware of your money situation. Become aware of how you spend money and where your money blocks are. Because in that first step of awareness, it will allow you to take the next steps, which is to challenge those money blocks and those money behaviors that is keeping you from having more money in your business, getting more money in the door, and being more comfortable around money. Because if you want to sell more, if you want more financial freedom, you have to get really, really, really comfortable with money. So this morning's chat is quite informal. It's fun. It's something I really enjoy doing. And I'm basically going to be talking about the 8 different money personality types. Now, if you haven't taken the quiz already, I am actually going to put a link in to the group right now where you can actually go in and take your money personality quiz. You may want to do it after the talk rather than going in and doing it right now. But I think it's very, very telling that, So many personal stylists tell me they want more money, they want more financial freedom, they want to be compensated more. Yet, very, very few people signed up for this event this morning, where I'm going to be talking about how to discover how your money personality is affecting your bottom line. So I find that absolutely fascinating. And is that an indication of why, as an industry, as a personal styling industry, that we often don't make big money? We often barely scrape by or give up after a number of years because we're just not making money in our businesses. So I am here to help you get past this and face it down. Hi, Breatha. Brilliant to see you. I do see a few other eyes as well. If you're joining me here this morning, please do say hi. And I want you to pop your money personality type into the comments as well. What I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to go through all the different personality types. And if you have any questions around your personality type, I'm here to answer those questions. I'm here to help you in any way I can. So I'm going to launch straight into it. And the first money personality I'm going to talk about, there's 8 money personality types as I classify them. The first one I'm going to talk about is the connector. Now, I get loads of connectors. There are loads of personal stylists who are connectors. And the connectors are the relationship builders. They're the relationship builders. Your connection to others helps you create long-term relationships that can generate income. You are happy when someone else is making financial decisions for you. Now, this is going to be your biggest challenge, because as a connector, you don't want to look at the money. You want somebody else to take care of it. You want to focus on the relationships and building relationships and being good with everyone. But the two are not mutually exclusive. You can still build your relationships, but you can be appropriately compensated as well. So it's about balancing these two things as the connector. You are more likely to be taken care of financially than driven to create financial independence. And that's the crux of the problem for you. You really need to focus on what's going out every day, what's coming in every day. So one of the simplest exercises you can do as a connector to improve your relationship with money is to start tracking money. Literally write down how much is coming in and how much is going out every day, so you have a clear picture of your finances. Because one of the things you do is you avoid facing your money situations hoping it will improve on its own. But rarely does something that you turn your back on improve on its own. You can also easily allow others to make you disempowered or feel inadequate around money. And because you care about relationships, because of you care about the heart connections, you'll tend to sweep any problems around money under the carpet then, which I am suggesting that you don't do that. There's part of you that also believes that you're also going to be financially taken care of. So that kind of takes the pressure off of you. But my suggestion to you is that, you'll never be truly independent. You'll never be truly free unless you take control of your own finances. So that's really my suggestions for the connectors. Really, really wonderful that you focus on the connection and that you focus on relationships, but you need to also focus on the money side of things. So if you have any questions for me about that, just pop them in the comments, because loads of you are connectors. I can see that many of you are connectors, and it's the connectors are caring, and oftentimes that's why they choose this profession as well. Now, next up is the ruler, and I can see a ruler in here. Julie's saying that she is a ruler. So I'm going to talk about the ruler now, and I know this one really well. I know the ruler really, really well because I am a ruler as well. And Oh, I put the wrong thing in here. Sorry, I just put a comment in here that's wrong. So I'm just going to delete that. I want to share the quiz in here so you guys can find the quiz if you need to find it. So I did actually, oh, I don't know what I'm after doing there. I'm after posting in my hashtags for Instagram for some strange reason. Oh, look, I popped it up on the screen. So you can access the Money Personality quiz through the following link. So I put it up on the screen despite myself. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I've also put my hashtags in there. Can you please ignore my hashtags and just focus on the link to go in and do the Money Personality if you haven't done it already. I'm trying to comment on the actual group itself to put it in, but it's not letting me do it. So I'm just going to have to accept that you guys know where it is and you know how to get hold of it. And if you can't, just come back and I'll give you the link for it. So the ruler. The ruler is an interesting one because the ruler is the empire builder. The ruler is a leader, a natural leader, and they love to have a tribe of people that they can lead. Hence why I love this community. Hence why I have in many cases taken the lead around certain topics in the industry. It comes naturally to me. It feels like something that I'm called to do. The ruler is you if you never feel satisfied you've made enough, continually challenging yourself to achieve higher financial goals. Now, this is the problem oftentimes with the ruler. They're very focused on financial gain because they equate it to security. Now, all of the different types have their strengths and their challenges. No one type is greater than the other. And while it might seem that some types, like for instance, the connectors, the nurturers, the romantics, it appears that, you know, they're more altruistic. Everybody is a certain way because they want more love, they want more security, they want more joy, they want more peace in their life. We're just all motivated in a slightly different way. So no one personality type is better than any other personality type. It's just that by knowing your money personality type, you can figure out what is the easiest way for you to work with ease and grace and make more money, but still honor the other parts of yourself. So going back to the ruler, your business dominates most of your time and attention. Absolutely. The ruler can get just completely obsessed with their business and let other parts of their life fall apart. So one of the things that I have to work really hard at is making sure that the other areas of my life are taken care of, making sure that I take downtime, making sure that I take care of my health, etc. In many cases, the ruler feels fear about losing control over their money, their power, and their identity. Typically, you are a natural and passionate leader, and people want to follow you, giving you the prestige and reputation you desire. You believe what you're creating now will bring you happiness in the future, often driving you to overwork. So the key is enjoy the journey as well. And as I said, I focus very much on that. Enjoy every single day, enjoy the journey. It's not about the end point for the ruler. You love empowering people and enriching lives through your business. So this is why I feel that this is my calling. I absolutely love helping personal stylists. I love helping them achieve what I have achieved. But sometimes that means that I end up, you know, spending all my time on my business. So I have to focus on the other areas of my life as well that I spoke about already. You thrive on creating, innovating, and building something of lasting value for sure. You feel safe and protected from danger by accumulating financial resources. For the ruler, financial success equates to security and safety. You're reluctant to pull money out of your business and are often cautious about spending, unless it's on developing yourself. Typically, the ruler is amazing at investing in themselves because they know that that's going to bring back dividends in the future. So typically they might be, a little bit cheap with their clothes, or they might be a little bit cheap with the other things in their life. But typically, in terms of investing in themselves, they are really, really good about that. So if you're a ruler and you're on here, let me know if this is ringing true for you. Let me know if you have any questions. Breda says, every single point of the connector applies to me, good and bad. Absolutely, Breda. This is the thing. These are very, very accurate. It's very, very accurate, but it's also very powerful to know this now, Breda, because you can now understand that your limitation is that you're not focusing on the money. And that's an area that you need to focus on. That's an area, you need to make it easy that people can pay you. You need to make sure that you're charging enough. You need to make sure that, you're covering your expenses, etc. So knowing what your money personality is and what your basic motivation is really helps you to, become financially free. And in the case of the ruler, they naturally become financially free. Their focus will be to, remember to look inward and also to connect spiritually with themselves and to remember to enjoy the journey and not just have the end point, the moving end point all the time. So that is the ruler. Next up, I'm going to talk about the accumulator. I don't know if there's any accumulators in here. Is there any accumulators in here right now? Maybe not, but maybe somebody on replay might be an accumulator. So I would suggest you go in there and, I would suggest that you put accumulator in the comment if you're watching this on replay. So the accumulator is the inner banker. These are the bankers among us. You tend to judge others for their money habits. You feel a great emotional connection, love, joy, happiness about saving money. You're our saver. You love to save money. You often feel anxious, worried, or greatly reluctant about spending money. You're likely to be frugal, overthink purchases, or insist on buying things in a sale. You are careful always to live below your means. You often consider items or services a luxury that others consider commonplace. So basically, you can be really cheap with yourself. You rarely, if ever, carry debt and are amazing at saving money. So that's a real positive. You rarely get into trouble with money because you're just so careful. You're driven to save out of fear of being dependent or losing personal freedom. Now, the problem with the accumulator is they often are so safe that they are unwilling to invest in themselves and they are unwilling to take any kind of risk that involves money. But the truth is that if you want to have financial freedom, you're going to have to invest in yourself to learn the skills that you need. And you can try getting everything free on YouTube if you want, but you're probably not going to have the raving success that you could have if you overcome this tendency not to invest in yourself, this tendency to save every penny that you get, and the tendency to not take risks, because sometimes you have to take risks to make money. Not unsafe risks, but generally speaking, like anything that I've invested in myself over the years, there is a risk involved. It could be crap, or it could not work out, or it could be not exactly what I wanted at that time. But you do need to take risks if you want to be financially independent. So that's really the challenge of the accumulator. So if you're watching this on catch up and you're accumulator, hashtag accumulator. So we have 1, 2, 3 covered so far. I'm going to keep going. We're now on to the alchemist. And Trudy is the alchemist. And I know, Trudy, you've heard me talking about this before, but I'm going to go through it again, Trudy. And if you have any questions for me, you're very welcome to ask me them. Because when I give you this information, you have to kind of go away and percolate a little bit. You have to think about it a little bit. You have to kind of remember the stories that come up for you. And sometimes when, I found out first I was a ruler, there was parts of it that I didn't immediately resonate with. But when I thought about it after a while, I realized, oh my God, I'm a total ruler. The good and the bad, as Breda says, both sides. I become obsessed with my business. I become totally focused on the bottom line rather than all the other aspects of the business as well, which, by the way, makes me really good at helping you make money. So everything is a positive in many ways and everything is a negative in many ways. It's balance. It's balance. So the alchemist is you if you are attracted to unconventional or alternative ways of making money. You care more about social justice and leading a movement than making money. So your ultimate focus is not on money. Oftentimes it's on a cause. You're the inner idealist. You often have a cause. You're often, cheering on the underdog. You're often focused on, a charity or rescuing somebody. So the thing is with that is you often feel a love-hate relationship with money. So on the one hand, you know that you need money to support people and to support causes. But on the other hand, you kind of have a bit of a hate relationship with it because, you feel kind of conflicted about making money. So you can often find yourself relying on others for financial support. You inwardly feel vulnerable or insecure about your ability to create income. So that holds you back as well. There's thoughts that maybe you can never make it, or that you don't have what it takes. The truth is, everyone has what it takes. I'm just seeing Julie's comment here now. She's saying most points regarding the ruler are correct. Amazing. Brilliant, Julie, because I know you took it the first time around and you felt, I felt listening to you wasn't accurate. So based on what you've been telling me previously, you're totally the ruler. And it's great because once we understand what we are, our basic motivation is not going to really change. We just work on the areas, that we need to focus on to get more of what we want. So in the case of the alchemist, you find it easy to empower others to believe in themselves. So that's an amazing skill as a personal stylist. So that's an amazing skill to monetize. So you want to get money for the fact that you help other people to believe in themselves. You are talented at attracting money in unusual ways. So maybe you have a think about that. What are some unusual ways that you attract money? You believe there is an unfair balance of wealth in the world. So that goes back to, the inner idealist, that unfair balance of wealth, which causes that conflict about earning money for you. So a little bit of work around that area is probably a good idea. And helping other alchemists understand that you can have a cause and still make money in your business. And actually, you can be far, far more effective if you're financially independent to support the causes that are dear to your heart. So once you're financially independent, you can pick whatever charities you want to work with. You can pick whatever cause you want to work with. You can spend more time helping in those causes. And finally, for the alchemist, you never seem to have enough money to support the causes that are important to you. So again, it's focus on causes rather than the bottom line. And as I said at the start of this talk, you can't ignore money and expect to have more of it. It's not going to sneak into your bank account. It's not going to magically manifest and fall out of the sky. You need to focus on it and get more in the door. So Trudy, being an alchemist, how was that for you? Do you have any questions at all for me regarding the alchemist? Let me know. So we're on next to the Maverick. I'm not following these in any particular order. I'm just basically have the descriptions up here in front of me, and I'm just going through them one by one. So if you have any questions for me at all, just pop them in the group. Are you a Maverick? The Maverick is you if you are attracted to get rich opportunities. You are willing to take a financial risk in exchange for a potential big win. So you are extremely comfortable with taking a risk. Oftentimes the Mavericks love to gamble because their chances, they love that the excitement of the risk, and then, you know, the big win, the potential of the big win. Whereas as a ruler, I just don't resonate with that at all. You're happy to stand out from the crowd. So the Mavericks kind of are the rebel with a cause. You know, oftentimes they're the lone rangers. They're the people out there, you know, doing things a little bit differently. You have courage and tenacity when it comes to generating income. Typically, the Mavericks are really, really comfortable making money, and they can lose it all and then just make it all again really quickly. You like being rebellious and showing what you're made to. Now, I'm married to a Maverick and I have a brother Maverick, so I know the Maverick personality really, really well. Typically, they don't really care about the opportunity or the opinions of others. So they don't really care about what everybody else thinks. So this frees them up to do what they need to do to allows them to take their risks, and it allows them to make lots of money. You're always looking at how to gain a financial advantage. You pay great attention to the ups and down side of your numbers. So typically they're very, very comfortable with money, talking about money, looking at the balance sheet, balancing things. And interestingly, I don't see a lot of Mavericks in my group. I see a couple of Mavericks coming in as I get the quiz results, but I don't see a lot of Mavericks in here in the personal stylist space. Now, it could be that I just don't attract Mavericks. It's interesting. I seem to attract a lot of rulers. Like myself, I attract a lot of connectors, and I attract a lot of nurturers. So it's really, really interesting to see the figures on the different types as they come in. So with the Maverick, one of the things that they need to do is really to invest more in the tried and tested, so that, you know, they don't have the fluctuations in financial security. Because they take big risks and lose all the money, you know, they can put their family in jeopardy, they can put their own happiness in jeopardy. It can be a very worrying way to live. So as a Maverick, what you need to do is you need to put kind of tried and tested systems in place, you know, like passive income or semi-passive income, or systems that will, you know, bring in kind of consistent income while you take risks with the excess. So the Maverick is the inner rebel without a cause, and my recommendation is that they invest a bit more time in the tried and tested. Okay, do any of you know Mavericks in your life? Do any of you know any Mavericks? And can you immediately see that they're Mavericks? Because we probably, as we look around, have all these different types in our immediate group around us. Okay, I just have 3 more. So next I'm going to talk about the celebrity. And I have a sister who's a celebrity. I basically have 10 siblings. So I have lots of opportunities to know which of my siblings belong in these different personality types. Now, bear in mind, all 11 of us were brought up in the exact same environment, but we all have very different personality types. We have nurturers, we have connectors, we have rulers, we have celebrities, all from the same family. So that's why I'm saying your basic money personality doesn't really change. You come out that way. It's like your eye color, your hair color, your basic personality traits. So the celebrity is you if you value money as a tool to achieve the status, image, and recognition you want. You have no problem spending money to enhance your image, including designer brands, hip clothing, entertaining, and plenty of bling. You likely didn't receive the approval, unconditional love, or positive opinion from people important to you as a child. You often have a charismatic or a magnetic personality. And this is definitely the case in my sister. You know, she is totally magnetic. She tends to draw people to her, which is fabulous, to be honest, if you're in the public arena, and you can definitely monetize that. The celebrity is basically the inner big shot. You love being recognized anytime you're generous. You often project an image of wealth and success that might not match your bank account balance. So this is the downside. Oftentimes, the celebrity can be spending more than they're earning because they're buying the Chanel sunglasses, they're buying the bag, they're buying the lifestyle that corresponds with their inner big shot. But the problem with that is your bank balance may not exactly reflect that. So your business often includes a lot of visibility, celebrity, or making a big impression. So if you're a celebrity in business, it can be all about, you know, the branding and how you look and, you know, the lifestyle, which doesn't always pan out the way you want it to be so that you have financial independence. Again, you want to balance the two. You feel that by showing wealth, you'll protect yourself from the negative opinions or judgments of others. So again, it goes back to that idea that, you know, if I look great, people won't judge me, or people won't criticize me. And really and truly, that's an area you need to look at as a celebrity and understand that, yeah, no matter what, people will judge you, and that to be successful in your business, you need to move beyond that and not rely so much on worrying about what other people think of you, and to focus on the bottom line and make sure that, you know, you're getting in enough that you're spending. You can totally still have a fabulous celebrity lifestyle and image, but just make sure that you're not overspending, and that for the longer term that this celebrity lifestyle will just bankrupt you. I often quote Britney Spears on this one. At one point she was getting, I think, you know, $700,000 a month as a spending allowance, and she was spending $780,000 a month. So that's obviously not sustainable. And there she was bringing in masses of money, and being loved the world over, but still having nothing at the end of the day. And that's the risk with the celebrity. You know, don't overspend. Don't get too carried away with the whole celebrity. Don't hand your finances over to somebody else. Make sure that you hang on to them and understand how you are paying your bills, and say how you are saving and how you are building a future for yourself, so you're not left with nothing in the end. Okay, next up is the nurturer, and this is the inner sponsor. Again, you're a type that you appreciate money, yet feel that you need to overgive for every penny you bring in. So this is the overgiver. They're the people who take care of everybody else before themselves. Your natural generosity includes wanting to protect, shelter, or nurture others financially. So you're often sponsoring other people. That's why I say that the nurturer is the inner sponsor. You know, you're often carrying someone else. You are responsible with your personal finances, but often attract people who need your help financially and otherwise. You're likely motivated to give generously to help others, often at the sacrifice at yourself. So you're the one giving away freebies. You're the one overgiving and not being appropriately compensated for your time. You're the one being taken advantage of. You have good money habits, but either don't have much saved or may carry debt because of helping others. Your self-worth comes from compassion, giving, and being there for others. But oftentimes that can go into martyrdom then. And you can find it painful to set financial boundaries with people you care about, but this is one of the areas that you need to focus on as a nurturer, is really boundaries around money, boundaries around time. Because otherwise you'll be taken advantage of financially by others, or you'll secretly become resentful because what you give is not reciprocated. You find asking for what you're worth requires every ounce of courage you possess. So that's a real block for you. You have to get more comfortable with asking and setting boundaries. You tend to create emotionally entangled, dependent financial relationships, which unconsciously disable the people you want to help. So it's about looking in at what you're doing and just realizing that by helping people financially, you're not really helping them in the longer term, because they're not learning how to handle their own finances. They're not learning how to handle themselves. Reframing how you look at, asking for your worth, setting boundaries around your time and your money is really, really important. So one last type here, which is the romantic. And again, I don't get a lot of these. The romantic is the inner hedonist. These guys love pleasure. They really, really love pleasure. You buy things to feel gratification, sensory pleasure, or because you feel like it. You dislike thinking or focusing on money, preferring to use money to enjoy the good things in life. So it's all about today, enjoying the pleasures of today, and not really focusing too much on the future. You believe money is to be enjoyed and dislike being told no. You often don't see the point in saving money, as life is to be enjoyed, which is brilliant while there's money coming in the door and while you're young and you're healthy. But what happens as you get older and your ability to earn money gets less, your body physically won't be able to support you the way it used to be. So it's about, a balance again. You indulge in yourself to feel special, appreciated, loved, or valued. You often spend money on things because you feel, I deserve it. So if you realize and become aware that, a lot of the time you're saying to yourself, I deserve it, I deserve this, then you really need to think about why that is. You often avoid making changes in your money behavior, even when you know it would benefit you. So again, it's this flamboyance, it's this I want to enjoy the moment attitude. You can easily spoil the people you care about with lavish or abundant gifts, leaving yourself with nothing. You may shrug off your money habits, telling yourself you're not good with money. So nobody's good with money if they don't focus on it. Nobody is good at the balance sheet if they don't focus in on it. I taught myself for years I'm not good at accounting because I wasn't good at accounting at school. But it was just a story. I mean, the reality is I'm not bad at accounting. It's just the systems that I was bad at the time. It was the teachers weren't great. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. But now I'm actually very, very good with the numbers because I got over that belief. And now I very much focus on how much is going out, how much is going in, what's my goal, and how am I going to reach that goal? What exactly do I need to get in the door to get that goal? So with the going back to the romantic really needs to focus on, still enjoying life, but balance that with understanding that you need to focus on your finances and savings and longer term plan as well. So those are the 8 different personality types. They're unique. They're different. If you haven't taken the quiz already, I encourage you to go back in there and take the quiz. It's the first step to really understanding where you're coming from around money. And if you want more money, you need to focus on the bottom line. You need to focus on what's coming in. You need to track it. And you need to get really, really comfortable with money. Now, this can be really challenging. I understand that. If somebody has taken care of you, I know in my case, somebody had taken care of me. My parents took care of me, my husband took care of me. So there was a lot of fear around taking back that responsibility for money. You know, now I have to contribute. Now I have to make money every month. Now there's an expectation. Whereas up till now, there was no expectation. So all of those behaviors and thoughts, you have to kind of face them down and overcome them and feel the fear and do it anyway. You know, I talk about this all the time. It's about facing down the fears and overcoming them. So that takes me up to 11:42. So anybody in here who's still watching have any questions? I will come back in here afterwards and look if there's any questions from any of the types. I'm hoping that the reason that people didn't sign up is because they want to watch it privately and they don't want to put their name in here. But the reality is, guys, you're going to have to, if you want more money and you're telling me you want more money, you're going to have to face down your fears around it. You're going to have to start looking at it. And I can guarantee you the fear that you're feeling in your mind is, a lot of it is just in your mind. The reality of it isn't as hard as you think. So start getting really, really comfortable with money and go for it. So I really, really hope there was something in here this morning to inspire you to start using your basic motivation to make more money in your business. So that's all from me this morning. I will catch you all either over in one of my other groups, or I will catch you live here next week. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to talk about yet, but I probably will continue along the themes of money. So if there's something in particular you want me to talk about, I would love to do that. So just let me know. So thanks, everyone. I am now going to sign out for the weekend, and I will catch you all very, very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.